great honor and pleasure to be with you. I apologize that I was not able to travel from Washington, D.C., where I'm based in Naperville for this very special occasion. But I'm very happy and pleased to be able to share a few words and a few thoughts with you via this video connection. First, I just want to take a moment and thank all of the devotees and all of the friends and all of the members of our community in Naperville and the surrounding area that have come together to help in the planning and in the construction and the inspiration and offering so many wonderful contributions of time and especially hard-earned money to make sure that the temple becomes a reality. I see the photos and videos.
There is no audio, please. Audio is very low.
So wonderful now to see that we're able to finalize our plans and talk about opening.
Prabhu, the audio is not good.
Be celebrating the wonderful
That's at maximum.
experience of opening.
No. Okay, can you stop it?
So many thanks.
It's at maximum on my end.
Prabhu, are you playing from a phone onto the speaker or how?
No. It is coming from the computer itself.
Same device, right?
Yep.
You can share the audio. Yeah, now it's setting. Video is also coming. You can share the audio also, Prabhu, computer audio on the.
Great honor and a pleasure to be with all of you today. I apologize that I was not able to travel from Washington, D.C., where I'm based in Naperville for this very special occasion, but I'm very happy and pleased to be able to share a few words and a few thoughts with you via this video connection. First, I just want to take a moment and thank all of the devotees and all of the friends and all of the members of our community in Naperville and the surrounding area that have come together to help in the planning and in the construction, in the inspiration, and offering so many wonderful contributions of time and especially hard-earned money to make sure that the temple becomes a reality. I see the photos and the videos on a regular basis, how the temple's coming up, and it's so wonderful now to see that we're able to finalize our plans and talk about opening and moving forward and really celebrating the wonderful experience of opening this new temple for the benefit of the entire community. So many thanks to all of you that have helped in so many ways. I really appreciate deeply all that you've done, and I know that Srila Prabhupada and all of our previous acharyas, as well as our communities today around the world, and certainly Lord Krishna, are very grateful for the work that you've done, the sacrifices that you've made in order to bring this temple about. I wanted to share just 3 thoughts of why a temple and why is this temple in Naperville so important to us. And I thought of it in terms of 3 specific ways, or 3 specific groups of people, you might say, who are going to be benefited by the temple. Of course, the whole world is benefited with the temple of Krishna, but I wanted to highlight 3 in particular. The first one, of course, is our own youth, our families, and our children. We know that our children today, they are surrounded by so many different messages, so many different systems of values, from school to the music that they hear, to the billboards that are there on the highway, to the consumer culture that surrounds us from every angle. And these young people especially need an opportunity to see that there is an alternative way of looking at life, that there is a spiritual experience, a rich cultural and religious experience, which is theirs to be part of and theirs to take advantage of. An opportunity for the young people to feel proud of their culture, their historical culture, their religious, spiritual culture, and to see that it's not just a question of some type of faith, but actually it's a beautiful culture. It's rich in artistry and in music and in cuisine, and certainly in forms of worship and scriptural sources of knowledge. And it's just a fun culture, religious experience that we offer. And the temple, the new temple especially, is going to be able to offer this in a very important and meaningful way to our young people now, and then for the children of our children, and for the children of the children of our children. So in these ways, it's all very helpful and very important. I think secondly, a very important aspect of this new temple is it really gives us an opportunity for outreach, to share the message of Lord Chaitanya, to spread the message, share the message of Lord Krishna, share the message of the Bhagavad Gita. We know we all have so many friends we'd like to to tell about Krishna consciousness. We like them to visit our temple on special occasions and holidays, or just when family and friends are visiting us from out of town, to be able to proudly take them to our beautiful temple and share what we have with them. So this new building, this new temple building, is going to give us an opportunity to do that. Really an opportunity for outreach, and even beyond our immediate friends and families, to newcomers, people that drive by on the road and say, oh, that's such a beautiful building. Let's pull in and see what they're all about. Let's learn about them. So these are factors that will influence people. And I think of a story that Srila Prabhupada shared when he was in Mayapur. At that point in time, they were building the first building in our now international headquarters. And Prabhupada was staying just in a hut, in a straw hut. And he was speaking to devotees, and he pointed to the new building coming up nearby. And he said, this building that we're building is in a mode of passion. He said, where we're living now in this hut, this straw hut, this is actually a mode of goodness. This is the perfect environment for spiritual advancement. But he said, if we stay here in this simple hut, who will come visit us? Who will be attracted? Very few, if any. And therefore, we're engaging the mode of passion. We're engaging our money. We're engaging in modern construction techniques and architects and fundraisers and so many things in Krishna's service to build a beautiful temple in Mayapur and also now in Naperville, to attract people, to give people the opportunity to come and learn about Krishna and learn about the purpose of life, which is to awaken our spiritual understanding, our spiritual identity, and ultimately our relationship with Krishna. And last of all, I just want to mention that certainly this temple is of great benefit to each and every one of us. It's something when you give $1 or a dime or $1,000 or $100,000 to help build this temple, or some of your time or whatever else you're contributing to make the temple a reality, it's going to be a tremendous benefit for each of us. The opportunity to come and see the Lord, to see the deities in a beautiful environment, to learn about the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition, to learn about the culture of bhakti in a beautiful environment, to be able to have a place to go and to sit and to be peaceful and to chant the Lord's names and to meditate, and ultimately, of course, to awaken our own individual love of God, because this is the most important opportunity in human life, and this temple will afford each of us a better opportunity, an environment, a safe place where we can go deep in our own spiritual lives, in our own spiritual awakening of our Krishna consciousness. So again, I'm so thankful for all of you for coming together, so thankful for all the work that you've done contributing to this beautiful new temple for Lord Krishna. And I look forward to the day when I can come and be with you soon, hopefully for the grand opening. I'll be there, and without all of you, without your devotion, your contributions, this wouldn't be coming into reality. So thank you, and enjoy this wonderful celebration. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Srila Prabhupada. My obeisances unto each and every one of you. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Anatama Prabhu. Thank you so much for your wonderful message, and thank you for your guidance. It's been absolutely a wonderful journey thus far, in terms of building, helping build this temple. And like you rightly pointed out, the temple is very, very important for the community, and it's built by the community. So therefore, it's very important for each and every one of us. So thank you for that wonderful message. And speaking of the journey, it has been a very enjoyable journey thus far in terms of getting ourselves together, organizing ourselves, and helping in every possible way to build the temple. So once again, thank you for everyone that's been a part of this, and we're looking forward to many, 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 many more to join us in this journey. But let's just take a brief walk back down memory lane and see how and where we started, and how we got here over the last several years. So a short video I'd like to share with you all. And for some of you, it may bring back memories. And for those of you who are joining us new, this will give you an appreciation of where we've been, how we started, and where we are today.
You'll have to share your screen, Prabhu.
Come on.
It's not shared yet, Prabhu.
Stretch.
Samsaradava nalalita loka janaya karunya ganaganatvam Raptasya kalyana gunanavasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Mahaprabhu ki Tananritya Gita Vaditраmadya Manasora Sena Romanchakampa Shrutaranga Vajo Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda
I hope you now have an appreciation for where we've been. It was a short video. It's always difficult to try and encapsulate something that's we've been doing over the last 20 years or more. And all I can say is it's just been such a wonderful experience with the quality of devotees that we have, the quality of congregation members that we have, and the extended community that has offered us support. So the next, we would like to have a few words by His Holiness Ramapada Swami Maharaj. And Ramapada Swami Maharaj has been an active preacher, a senior leader in the ISKCON community worldwide. He has also served as a member and later as the chairman of the ISKCON GBC for several years. So ISKCON Naperville particularly was nurtured personally by His Holiness from right from the beginning in 1998. And it was his vision to establish a place of worship for the Chicagoland community. So under his personal care and guidance, the congregation has grown to where it is today. So let's hear a few words from His Holiness Ramapada Swami Maharaj. Pratibha Prabhu, if you could play the audio, please.
Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine. A grand event in all of our lives is about to happen. Going back long, long ago, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu predicted that the chanting of His holy name will be heard in every town and village throughout the world. So I guess that includes Naperville. And there's a wonderful history which sometime we'll narrate. But it is very clear to me that Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and our beloved founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada have smiled upon this community for a long period of time. The door was open and Krishna came in, and now comes the opportunity for establishing a place of worship, a formal place of worship, a wonderful place of worship of Radha and Krishna for the many, many, many people of all backgrounds in the greater area around the Naperville temple to come forward and associate with Krishna Bhakti and have their lives changed. Many of you know this celebrated verse from the Bhagavatam where Prahlad Maharaj, a great Mahajan, indicates that to his father, Lord Nrsimha, to Hiranyakashipu, that people don't know the purpose of life. Na te vidu svartakatim hi Vishnu. They don't know. Or they know but they're not following. And the mission that Lord Chaitanya wanted and our founder Acharya carried forward to us was to give the opportunity for persons to come together. That's the purpose of our temples. For persons to come together, see the deity form of Krishna, hear the congregational chanting of the holy name of Krishna, hear Bhagavat Katha in very, very wonderful variety of ways. Of course, take Krishna Prasadam and gradually become purified so that the purpose of life awakens and comes to the foreground of one's consciousness, and progressively the cycle of birth and death, the bondage to the endless sojourn in material existence can be broken, and our real purpose of life becomes awakened. That's the event that we'll be honoring. Of course, it has a particular form and procedure and so forth, but it's the fulfillment of a desire of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, through disciplic succession coming to us, and let us with folded palms just simply ask the question, is there some service for me? Is there some way that I can be in service to Krishna and the mission of receiving Krishna Bhakti and assisting or directly giving Krishna Bhakti to others? Krishna has big lotus feet, very, very big lotus feet, big enough that everyone can be accommodated. Let us find the way together not only to finish constructing the temple, but to bring Krishna Bhakti into the lives of everyone. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj, for those inspiring words. I know we are all waiting, and I don't want to hold the suspense any longer, so I'm going to request Her Grace Premananda Mataji to break the news very quickly and let us in on the good news. Premananda Mataji, on to you.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Today is the most auspicious Vasanta Panchami day. And thank you all for your presence here. And I am very, very happy to be here with you. On behalf of the entire Naperville congregation, our GBC, His Grace Anuttama Das Prabhu, and my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Ramapada Swami Maharaj, and our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. I'm here today to announce two important dates and two significant milestone events happening in ISKCON Naperville year 2022. I humbly request all of you to mark your calendars and actively be part of these significant events. So the first one, on April 10th, Ram Navami Day, we will be welcoming the very special life-size Murti of His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada, specially made for our Naperville temple by the one and only His Grace Lochan Das Prabhu, who is the senior disciple of Srila Prabhupada, a talented artist and sculptor, unique personality. And he kindly agreed and he made the Srila Prabhupada Murti for us. And on Ram Navami Day, we will be starting the formal daily worship program for Srila Prabhupada at our temple. By the presence of Srila Prabhupada and his continued worship, we will become the fortunate recipients of his mercy. By pleasing our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, we can expect all auspiciousness to follow at our temple and our community. The second announcement is the next most important announcement for all of us. We have been waiting for a long time, is the opening of the new temple. The dates I will be announcing now. I'm very happy to share with all of you that this most auspicious opening event will be a 3-day program, and the dates are August 5th, 6th, and 7th. That's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Thank you all for all of your years of unlimited support for making this temple for Shri Radha Madhava and Shri Radha Shyamasundar to become a reality. I'm so very grateful to each and every one of you and look forward to serving with you in your enthusiastic participation in the upcoming events leading up to and beyond the Prana Pratishtha of their lordships. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. That was absolutely wonderful and very, very welcoming in terms of the news that you've given us. Thank you so much. So Premanand Mataji, just to reiterate, is our temple president for ISKCON Naperville. She has a whole bunch of accolades that follow her over the years, but most importantly, her commitment has been so consistently superb and exceptional that it's a bar that we are all trying to reach. I don't think we will ever try to reach that, but Mataji sets the example, the ultimate example in terms of commitment to the temple, to the congregation. Everything that she does is surrounding all the Krishna conscious activities that we all hope to and aspire to. So thank you again, Mataji, for sharing that lovely message. So I just want to make sure everyone understands what Mataji was talking about. August 5th, 6th, and 7th, not of next year or the year after, but we're talking about this year, 2022. And we are talking about phase 2's inaugural. The whole construction is going to be over several phases. We've successfully completed phase 1, which had to do with the underground utilities, the parking, the lighting, and all of that. And the city water, sewer, gas, and all of those utilities. And phase 2 is actually getting into building the extension, which you see if you drive by just behind the existing church facility that we've occupied right now. And I will get a little more into the details of that. The picture that you see on the right is going to be the final completion after the final phase. So right now we're in the process of getting there.
You're not sharing your screen, Prabhu.
Sorry about that. So give me just a second and I will do that in just a second here. So I'm hoping that everyone can see my screen. And yeah, so where I was going with this was the picture that you see on the right is the finished product. It's the finished temple. Once we're through with all the construction phases, we're currently in phase 2. Like I said, it is going to focus on a few different things. I will give you a few highlights. There's a long list, but I've just put a few highlights together. We're going to have a brand new Deity Hall, which can actually accommodate over 600 people standing on the second level. We will have a traditional hand-carved altar that is arriving from India. It's being made by artisans in India, specifically to the dimensions, to the deities that we have. So it's being custom made. And again, Premanand Mataji has been playing an instrumental role in terms of making sure that it is built to spec. So it will be definitely something to watch for and look out for once it arrives. We're also, as she mentioned, we're having Srila Prabhupada's Vigraha and Vyasasana also being made to exacting standards, and they will be housed in the Deity Hall once they're installed and once the Deity Hall is ready. We will have a deity dressing room, which is going to be an elaborate dressing room specifically for the deities with all of their clothes, their jewelry, their ornaments, accessories, and what have you, all very neatly organized and set up for their lordships. We're also going to have a fully equipped kitchen for Bhoga offerings, and we're talking about a commercial kitchen that will be capable of serving several hundred meals a day, for instance, for prasadam distribution and for visitors and congregation members attending the Sunday feast and so on. We will also have a great hall as a part of the phase 2 in place. The great hall's function is to cater to events and occasions, special occasions for congregational members, whether it's be it a wedding anniversary, a wedding reception, a birthday party, or otherwise, to be able to host those kinds of events in the temple itself. And having it right there, very close to the presence of the deities, nothing could be more auspicious. So that's going to be done as well, completed as well as a part of phase 2. Additionally, we'll have a whole, we've planned for several meeting rooms, children's classrooms, and we will also have a Tulasi room. Children's education, as we've been emphasizing, has been a primary driver right from the get-go. And it's been the primary thrust for what we do here in ISKCON Naperville. And again, Premanand Mataji has been one of the chief architects in terms of instituting that whole children's program back in 2001. And it has grown and matured over the years, and children have grown, including my own children, who've been a part of that program, and they've grown, and they're doing so well professionally and otherwise in their family lives. So having that strong foundation with education is something that is also part of ISKCON Naperville services, and it's with a focus entirely on grooming children to face the realities of the world when they grow up. The other things that we also have planned are the resident quarters for visiting sannyasis and temple pujaris on the 3rd level. So these are some of the things that are going to be coming in. The finishing in terms of the external facade, the shikaras, and some of the other ornamental things that go on the outside will be happening in subsequent phases, so that we can complete it to get it as close as possible to what we've seen in the picture. So mark your calendars, please, August 5th, 6th, and 7th of this year. And it is happening in the same facility where you've been attending the Sunday feast, 1505 McDowell Road, Naperville, 60563. You will also be able to see get more details on the website. I will cover that shortly, but please make sure that not only you, but you bring your family, your friends, your relatives, and make this a grand occasion, an auspicious occasion that everybody can participate. With that, I would like to invite Neelam Dwivedi ji for to say a few words. Neelam has been our chairperson for the ISKCON Naperville's advisory board, and she's been absolutely infectious when it comes to having a can-do attitude. Anything we tell her, can this be done? She says, absolutely, it can be done. She doesn't even hesitate to ask what it is, but she just, makes sure that she gets right into it and she gets everybody revved up to do it as well. So it's been a pleasure and an honor to have Neelamji to be a part of the chairperson of the advisory board. And she's been really, really helpful in terms of guiding us all along with the rest of the advisory committee members as well. So thanks to them as well. With that, Neelam, if you could say a few words, please.
Yes. I would say many congratulations, everyone. I want to thank ISKCON leadership, GBC, His Grace Anuttama Prabhu, His Grace Devaki Nandan Das Prabhu, His Holiness Ramapad Swami Maharaj ji, and Temple President Premanand Mataji for choosing Naperville as the ISKCON Temple project. We could not have done anything without Mataji's guidance. We, Chicago community, is so fortunate to have this beautiful ISKCON Sri Sri Radha Shyamasundar Temple in Naperville very soon, which will be source of inspiration for many generations to come. Lord Krishna has himself decided to come here and be seated in Naperville. As Ramapad Swami Maharaj ji said, His Holiness Ramapad Maharaj ji said, Krishna walked here, and it's our duty for him to be established in his deity form. And we all should strive to do that with anything that we can do. I also would like to thank congregation members, committee members, and the local community, local officials, our lending bank, Millennium Bank, and the builder, Level Construction, and others for their support. We couldn't have done without them. But the over and above, as you all can imagine, there are significant investment which is required to fulfill our dreams. And we have to thank many who were instrumental in doing this with all of us, with everybody's support. I would like to offer my sincere thankfulness to Dr. Brahma Gupta and Mrs. Manju Gupta, Mr. Praveen Kumar and Mrs. Preeti Kumar. And I would also like to thank my husband, who always helped to support me. I couldn't have done anything without his support. And one thing was good, if I committed something, he would say, now you have committed, you got to do this. So all his support is greatly appreciated. Any donation, big or small, is greatly appreciated. Nothing could have been done without the help and support of the congregation. And I would like to also thank Mr. Agadi and family, who were very excited to be part of this committee, and he wants to help us, and we are looking forward to his guidance as well. We have another 6 months to go, and lots of work is planned, and we are still short $1.3 million. So where do we get that from? And we have many activities, many functions planned. So I would appreciate, in case if we all can put our hearts and souls to give ideas, contributions, open your wallets happily. Anything that is given from your heart is really helpful. So I would like every bit of help to be greatly appreciated. Again, appreciation and gratefulness is never going to be short. And Mataji already announced the 2 like auspicious dates on this day, Vasanta Panchami, and we're really, really excited to be part of that big celebration. Of course, we went through very hardships for real hardships for last 2 years. All of us suffered, but we still took initiative, and we still had the courage to get started with our project. And, nothing would have been possible without everybody's initiative, everybody's help. So let's continue to motivate each other, to help each other, and to think that this is a great initiative for community for generations to come. And we should really be part of this opportunity, and it is bestowed on chosen few. And we are really grateful that we are part of the chosen ones for this commitment. And we all have to give in our best. And like His Grace Anuttama Prabhu said, it can help us get closer to our purpose of life for generations. Let's start on this journey with our heart and soul. And I think nothing is impossible if we are all together in this. So let's do it. Let's make a commitment to have this temple debt-free. In few years, it's going to be hard, but nothing is impossible. That's what I can say. Hare Krishna and all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Neelam. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your leadership, and thank you for your kind words. And I must personally also thank your husband. We've all heard the saying, behind a successful man, there's always a woman, but here's a new one from me. Behind every successful woman, there is a happy husband.
Yes.
So thanks to your husband, and thank you as well. And with that, I'd also like to, on behalf of ISKCON Naperville and everybody in the congregation, thank from the bottom of our hearts for the commitment and the guidance to each and every member on the advisory board. For you bring so much energy, you bring so much enthusiasm, you bring so much to give us in terms of guidance. And that is something that we really appreciate. And you also bring the resources that are required to help make this a reality. So thank you again to each and every one of you. My humble obeisances to you all. With that, we'd like to close. We have a couple of minutes. If you have any questions, specific questions, we'll try and answer them. Otherwise, please visit our website. You'll be able to get a lot of the details. You can also contact Sangeeta, Sarita, or Sham. I've given you their numbers, and if you get a chance to drive by and see the construction and progress, please do so. But you may have to wear hard hats, so we won't advise you to go in yet. We're also planning to have some temple tours set up so that you can see the progress as we're getting closer towards the finish of phase 2. With that, I'd like to stop my presentation here and see if anyone has any questions. We can perhaps take 1 or 2 questions because we're already over time.
You can type in your questions in the chat or
Yes.
unmute yourself and
Thank you.
speak.
Any questions? Okay. Any questions on the chat line?
Not so far.
Okay. Well, this is not the last time we'll be talking to you. So if you have any questions or if you need additional information, you have the details. Please visit our website. You'll get a lot of information there, including the status of the project and what's going on. The services that you can participate in. This is not a closed group by any means. This is open to everybody and all. So please, join in, participate in every which way you can. All right. So the sky's the limit. And with that, I'd like to thank you all again.
There's one question.
participation.
There's one question. So for out of towners, where do we keep ourselves updated about the program in August?
So that's an easy question. We will post regularly on the website. And if you've provided us an email, we also have a newsletter that goes out. We will include you in that as well. And if there are any questions that are specific to maybe your visit since you're coming out of town, we would be happy to answer those as well and see if we could make any reasonable accommodations. I hope that answers your question. Thank you again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.